welcome to the Ascended Mastery table of Starfighter General. This is much like a large talent tree or skill tree of other video games you might be remembering. So when you level up, you get this nice burst. You go into like another realm of existence. So your ship is not attackable, and you can see this. As you load in, it's 72 screens large. There's 6,600 nodes. The biggest talent tree other that shocks people when I see them on YouTube is 1,500. So I went to 6,600 nodes. A lot of them are not enabled. This game is designed for a 20-year life cycle arc, maybe 30, 40, 50. I don't know how long I'll live. I'm gonna keep it going, and maybe when I pass on, I'll give it a successor, like they do with the famous games. But there's a very low. Give me a second. There's a very low. I programmed this server in such a way, configured the server in such a way that we're never going to shut down. You know how most MMOs will eventually shut down over time. Our MMO will not shut down. If you hover over those nodes right now, there's a bug. It won't let you see what the node is. It's not an editor version. It's only in live version. So I'll figure it out with people on the forums. But here, these are the outliers. There's 16 elements like holy, corruption, dark, light, wind, chaos, time, blade, and each direction of from the middle goes to a different element. So I think purple is void, so we're down in the void area. This is fire, right? And the farther you go into the thing, down here, obviously the more intense the power ups will be. So this is corruption here. I think we entered chaos. This would be either wind. It was okay. That was dark. And then this is chaos, and this is wind. Time. Pink's time. Yeah. Green's nature. What is the storm? Sorry, I'm just tapping around a little bit. I hope it doesn't give people motion sickness or anything. And up here, this is water. And then we talked about this is light, and then holy is the top one. So obviously they're opposed, So if you go down from holy, you get down to corrupt. And I'm gonna fire up that's chaos. And I'm gonna fire up the actual game real fast. So this would be like a interesting way of transitioning, right? Close this out. Because I don't want to recompile in an editor. It lowers the quality of the video, so I'm just gonna compile my game real fast, and you get to watch that. You see some code apparently. That was not the plan. Let's check out debugging so no one gets to see any more stuff. So what do you get to see here? Just nothing important. I have a lot of code. I've been working on this game for 10,000 hours, this game personally, and it's based on an anthology of role-playing stats that dates back for 30,000 hours of game design since 1989. Before, I can't even mention names, but before some popular anime involving intergalactic bounty hunter, pulp fiction type stuff. I just used the word, pulpy stuff. It's fiction is pulpy, whatever. It's a standard generic term. It's so hard to say words without hitting the forbidden copyright dimension, which is funny because Starfighter General has all realities converging except the forbidden copyright dimension, right? So there's been games that came out. There's been popular series that came out exactly the same theme. You go out and you're gonna find criminals. They're gonna be double crossing you, betraying you. You're gonna have to invade them and find them. All sorts of different ways of taking them down. You're going to be grudge matching them, and there's going to be lots of comedy involved along the way. And what happens is with this MMO, you'll end up being engaged in the gameplay so much you'll your grinds will feel like you time warp past them, right? You're not just gonna sit there and watch your bar go up by like little ticks. You'll be like doing stuff, and then later you're like, oh my god, my bar's up. I leveled up a bunch of times. I didn't even notice because I'm having so much fun. So like, even though this is a very elaborate level up reward system here, it's gonna be second nature to the gameplay. All right, so let's see when you mouse over it, it tells you what it is. You get 1 point per level. You can spend some Triderium, which is virtual goods, and you can get earned in the game, so it's no big deal to get an extra 1 or 2. There'll be like items you can get to level up. So like every level you get like an opening for a couple more talent points. But so these so like here's the elements. I start out the elements so you know what it is. So body goes to the right. Nature to the left. So, wait. Nature versus blade. Yeah, nature versus blade. We have time versus body. Yeah, you get old, right? You got order versus obviously chaos. Okay. Then you have, what is it? What is this? Great, I have 2 chaoses. That's awesome. It's supposed to be, I should stick the one in here. This should be, I believe, wind, maybe. There's something goes in there. See, storms up here, water. Yeah, see, this should be wind, and it opposes order, wind order. There's 2 holies up there. This one is okay. Good thing I didn't notice that, But anyway, corruption opposes holy, and this would be so wind would oppose earth. Yeah, it looks like earth, right? Yeah, earth, and then over here is order. There's 2 bodies. Okay, it says order opposes chaos, body opposes time, blade, nature, fire opposes, you guessed it, water, dark opposes light. These are the tables, and each one of these has its own like magic system. With magic's gonna be really hard to find. Let me be honest. There might be playing years before you get the magic, and people who do get the magic won't really use it very well for a while. It's designed for, like I said, this is designed for a 20-year arc, plus or minus, So let's see if I get to the names real fast. I'm going to do my design. Okay, so here I'll do like some real quick design on the magic. So body will have mutant powers, Magnus Potentia. Spatial wizardry, light and dark. The chrono vector is side A, side B. High tech space like magic, Precori tech. Like when things are really high tech, it's like magic. So that's Precori tech. That's in our order. Ancient space relic tech and time space archaeology. Lepsiano chronology is time. Corrupts abysmal horror tech. Stuff that you bring from like a dimension of untold realities that you might not want to actually face yourself. Uncontrollable forces of summoning, you don't like that. Then dimensional magic, Diasta Magia, summon enemies. So these are enemies that like phantasmal allies that only you can see. It's on your like basically its client side, more or less. With obviously security checks. But then it fights stuff that like stuff that's only on your side too. There's gonna be like dimensional monsters only you see, and there'll be dimensional defenders only you see. But so they can't interact with the other people, but the whole battle is going on. So you get the battle with other players and their ships and global monsters, and you have also like hidden stuff. That's why there's a sanity. There's actually a sanity bar in this game. If your sanity gets really low, you start spawning enemies that are real because your sanity's low, and they can destroy you because like. You're like losing it, or they might lower your sanity enough so you can destroy yourself, whatever. So and then obviously there's insanity protection magic, right? We just talked about insanity. If you lower your sanity low enough, long enough, and you start battling, and you get really good at blowing up insane monsters that of your own imagination, it helps you get chaos magic, right? And then there's this will be really crazy. This will probably be my favorite magic. Techno babble magic. So like when you get really good at insanity projection, there's sayings in there's sayings in like tech that are just stupid. Like like with old cars you say the gate is ajar, the door is ajar, right? It's like the door is ajar, right? So like if you have insanity magic and you're really good at it, you can go up to a door and maybe turn it into a jar and it just bust on the ground or something. Obviously you use energy and stuff. You don't have unlimited magic powers. but that's why you power up your guy, right? There's theology under miracles, if just anything can happen, you know, God and stuff. Friends with animals, empathy, animus, you know, you get more battle mon on your side, and they stay longer, have better morale. Service vocador, so you summon like gladiators with you, like overkill magic. Oh, this is badass. Okay, but so what happens is with overkill magic, when you finally get it, then train your overkill magic. You have to see like enemies or that are really low on hit points and hit them with like as hard as an attack as possible. So like there'd be like a guy with like 1 hit point, and you hit him with like a super tactical bazooka like nuke or something, and it's a boom, it just blows in the crap, and you level up your like overkill magic. And then what happens is, you know, when you get really good at overkill magic, it's almost like corpse explosion, right? I'm gonna say that, you know, and then you hit the one guy and it just blows him up, chain reaction. Overkill magic can get absurd, but it takes a lot of training, and like when you fight with someone's overkill magic, it's like, oh my god, look at that guy just trying to like to show off and stuff. It's like, why do you have to hit him with such a nasty thing? He was just limping away. It's like overkill magic. It's kind of cool. And normal arcana. Oh yeah, so there's gonna be like a collective of magic that like that you collect with the anomalies and stuff. And if you don't share with other people, you have more power because you know it and they don't know it. So it's normal arcana. It's under the storm magic. Cryostasis magic is under earth. Disco fire. Dancing causes fire. I don't know. Anyway, there's just some of the side. This is not the whole thing. It's just like I don't want to go through all my design documents. Like you can tell, like look how many lines of this design document is right now. 5,682, and that's just one of many. So anyway, let's go back to the thing. Here's the thing. Like you can get some +5 armor, get some soft shield, level up your skills like solicitating. It's like raise the velocity of your ship. Haul nanos so they repair better. What is this skill over here? Tough grit. Hunger resistance, thirst resistance, tide resistance, sandy hits less when suffering. Tractor beam enhance. Shot power enhance. Leadership, you get better towards maximum mercenaries, and so it's I'll scroll around a little bit more, see what some stuff is. There's modularia. Make sure when you find modularia, you get more modularia. They're like things that maybe you'll drop 1 at first, then you get another one, you combine them and make 2, and you can pop them and slot them into your equipment to modify them and stuff. Let's see what else we got over here. A critical strike, +5 haul, agility plus. Scroll over here a little bit more. The scrolling is not really great right now. I used it. Oh, there's some skill points with this. Evasive maneuvers lowers your weight and coverage ratio of your ship. So like if you're carrying like a bunch of kilograms of cargo, you know, obviously your ship gets like slower, like for acceleration and stuff. If you have evasive maneuvers, you're able to like deal with it, and it's almost like your encumbrance is less. Or like imagine old games where you have like the weak players can't carry as much, but like the stronger players can. It's basically the same thing as evasive maneuvers. Just like I'm looking through some other stuff right here. Those are skills. So what happens is you have attributes, and attributes affect your skills, and the talents affect your attributes and your skills. So it's a multifaceted thing, and then obviously items affect stuff. So all these things you can find, and obviously later on the space magic and stuff. So I'm just trying to find some more skills real fast. Oh, there's someone over here. What's this one say? Quick draw. Increases rate of projectiles. Increases rate of shots. And then later when we do the first-person shooter mode, it'll do things. If you capture more than half the nodes, you get the star in the middle. And the star of the elements you have affect the stars you're flying around with your spaceship in the game. You know, because this is like really a 3D game where you fly around your spaceship and trying to assemble a really big fleet as you mine and deal with other players and hunt down bounty criminals, right? So when you're in the stars, when you bring it, every player that brings it can bring in like their own elemental influence, and obviously opposites cancel each other. So like if you bring a bunch of people, like say like you just bring in all like the people who are all like wind channelers, and then all of a sudden like wind boats will be dropping like modularity will be dropping like it's going on a style, right? But then you have like you see me, you have a big fleet battle, half the fleet's ascended light and half is ascended dark, and then their modularity, their stars will just cancel each other out, right? See, you collect these by getting over half, so there'd just be 2 here, and what would this be, like 2, 3, probably like 3 or 4 here, and then like this one here this is Sol. This there's no solar system other than the solar system, right? They're all star systems. We just call ours the solar system because it's the planet Sol. When you get this, it adds 1 to all of your other ones, So whatever one you want to choose to affect your system with elemental influence, the Sol will help. There's all sorts of stuff later on I will be adding. Like if you look in the background, there's AI art that represents different stuff, and you capture the AI art by like getting surrounding it with like collection nodes down the lines and stuff. And so you get anyway. It's pretty intense, Like I said, this could be 20, 30, 40-year arc. One of my late 40s. Yeah, I could probably last another 40 years. Give you a good game, man. But like at least it'll be probably 20. Oh, there's some more skills. Let's check them out real fast. Stealth ops. Lower encounter hostility rate. Yeah, so if you want to enable stealth ops, you might get less encounters when you're out and about. There's ones that raise encounters, raise loot, lower the difficulty, raise number of things you fight, loot spam. Oh, there's elemental too. Where's element? So like this will make your cobalt mining better. This will make your silicon mining sulfur. So we have periodic elements too, not just the 16 elements. When you do crafting, you actually we don't have crafting in right, but when we have crafting, I'm downloading the tables off of all the major corporations in real life that make materials off of like this is ridiculous. This is the rabbit hole I get myself into. I want to be educational, right? This is sci-fi game, so we don't make everything up, right? So when you craft, you're gonna actually craft with actual elements in like the periodic table, right? And the periodic, you'll make a material, and that material will then in turn be used to make product. And maybe the product might use different materials to make the same product, but you'll be like picking up. Okay, I got some carbon molecules, and you'll be looking at the molecular structure. Be like, okay, like if you want to make carbon dioxide for whatever reason, and like your body doesn't do enough of it, be like, okay, I need 1 carbon and two oxygens, right? So when you harvest the oxygen and you have it in a tank and you have carbon in a tank, when you craft, it will like take 1 carbon and 2 oxygens in order to make your CO2. But then, there's all the plastics with like polystyrene and all that stuff, like it's gonna be like massive. Like when you have cargo, like the reason that it's like this is because it's scientific, right? Your cargo will have like it already has it in the game, right? Melting points and stuff. Your cargo has melting points, like so, like or burning points too, and it also has like gaseous points, right? So like you might think you're all cool with your ship, right? You're flying around, and you're like, oh, don't worry, my character is like really strong with endurance. I can take the life support system sailing and getting overheated in my ship, right? You'd be like, that's no big deal. It's overheating my ship, but then you forget you're hauling like whiskey or something in your cargo, and it catches on fire, and that fire in turn makes it even hotter, and then like maybe like something goes gaseous and starts like making your character lose sanity, so your cargo can get destroyed with people just heating your ship up with lasers or something, so it's wild, man. Like this is in it, this it's already in the game that they have all the items have heating point, melting point, boiling point, their molecular structure. It's like there's no game like this, dude. Like it's so stupid because like I should just be pumping out like the game real fast because there's unlimited multiplayer. No game's ever been coded for unlimited multiplayer. Like every person in the entire planet can play at once, but I'm gonna separate it into different zones. North America, South America, Europe West, Europe East, Asia West, Asia East, maybe just all of Europe. Yeah, all of Europe's good. South America. I mean, yeah, I said that. Africa, C. And what's funny is I'm doing one hop latency. So latency's half. So like I've had a ping. Like I literally had a ping. Like, and I've not optimized this stuff from here to California. That was under 10 milliseconds, right? So you're gonna have like some of the freshest, coolest lag, coolest lag. I mean, like latency, like smooth play. And like I said, it's coded in a way that it's not server intensive. There's server security checks and everything, so it makes sure you think. But like, it's like there's no game like this. Unlimited multiplayer. Oh, we're using Unity's ECS dots, which renders 100 to 1,000 times more things on the screen. And if you get a bunch of cores on your computer, you can end up rendering like 10,000, 100,000, a million times more things on the screen. I mean, that's what we're talking about, man. Starfighter General. We're going MMO. ASAP, hopefully, but I have at least 100 hours on this because, like I said, I have to wire this up. I have to solve that bug. Like you see, it wasn't picking these things up over there. I have to solve this bug. I have to, enable these. Rubber hits the road, and then I want to tell you what we're doing. Our big arc right in the beginning, because there's lots and lots to do, lots and lots of text to code. But it's gonna be really fun right off the bat because the missions are gonna be awesome. This is based on a very, very, very eloquent mission, pulpy mission, space intergalactic bounty hunter anthology. We have 30,000 hours, and we just have absurd of background and plots, kind of like how they do comic book movies. All those comic books have weird plots. We have like all sorts of weird spins and turns. So we're gonna our meat and potatoes are gonna be pushing out missions every patch, and then maybe if we have text to go along with it, so be it. But it's gonna be a fun story, mission MMO, and trying to crank out patches as much as possible. I'm still like really cranking out this patch. I'm downscaling what I was overscoping. I know it's been like 4 months since I put a patch, 4, 5, 6, who knows? But this is gonna be the big one. This is the MMO. We've had MMO enabled a couple of times before, but we didn't get the population gain, so I'm making it like more splashy. I'm trying to splash because the very first time I made this game, right? I've been coding nonstop, gaming, designing nonstop since like age 3 coding, age 4, the age 3 gaming, age 4 coding, age 6 design, right? So I'm a grandmaster at this. I'm like a Renaissance kind of guy, and so when I picked up Unity, I did the rollerball tutorial, and the very next thing is I made a 3D fighter MOBA. It was a 10 versus 10 multiplayer MOBA with things you have to fight along the way, drones you kill, scrap you pick up, you sell it, buy scrap, upgrade your ship. Yeah, I did that in 2 weeks. That was literally the second thing I did on Unity after I did rollerball tutorial, was this like 10 versus 10 MOBA. And I'm like, yeah, it's a 10 versus 10 MOBA. Who wants to play this awesome new game? And I couldn't find any playtesters. I don't know how to do it. So like since then, it's been like 4 years. I've been just trying to make the game in some sort of fashion where I get a population base, people interested, and then and then I can finally play my MOBA. So the MOBA is going to be put as a space dungeon. Like, you remember, old games that had deathmatch mode? You just run around and deathmatch nonstop. Well, there's going to be all these sorts of, there'll be deathmatch, there'll be chess, there'll be, free-for-all, there'll be, capture the flag, there'll be, everybody versus, the massive amount of things that attack you, it'll be everybody versus a big boss, and I'll call them space dungeons, and, there'll be one specific space dungeon that opens up every so often, and then everybody challenges for that, and there'll be, a good treasure for it. But my space MOBA will be in that. But I need to get the population banned. I need to get people interested in this stuff. I keep getting censored banned on lots of forums. I have other gaming companies that really just don't like, I don't want to get into the beef or anything, but they actually have paid employees that just downvote my stuff, get me banned on lots of stuff. So let's not get into that. But long story short, how do I get community support behind this? Anybody interested? Is anybody interested in this game? Anyway, take care, man. That's it. Like I said, missions and stuff. I'm excited for this. I'm excited, and I'm coding 10 some hours a day.